And here we are in game number 1 of this best of 5 series. Yeah, and Biry was playing orange. We're going to have him in red. You know what? We can actually have him in orange. We don't need to change this necessarily. Orange is fine. On this map, it's okay. We can potentially change it if we have like a desert map at some point, but this is good. So we're gonna have Biry in orange, and I guess we can have Noisick in teal then. I think it's fine, right? The colors that they have. I think it's okay. Alright. So Biry playing with Japanese on the left-hand side, and Noisick playing with Byzantines on the right-hand side. The teal player with the civilization will get 10, 20, 30, 40% extra HP on buildings in the Dark Feudal Castle and Imperial Ages, as well as a 25% discount on Skirm, Spear, and Camel Rider units. Besides that, we also see for the Byzantines a 33% discount to go out to the Imperial Age, as well as free town watch, free town patrol, and 25% faster attacking fire line units. Team bonus finally is going to also give Byzantines 100% faster healing monks. And taking a look at Biry on the other hand, playing with Japanese, the orange player will get 50% cheaper drop of buildings, as well as 5, 10, 15, and 20% faster working fisher ships with twice the HP and plus 2 pierce armor. In addition to 33% faster attacking infantry units starting in the field age, and for the team bonus 50% extra line of sight on galley line ships. Well, we'll see. Cavalry Archer versus Camel. It could be. Biry can make a play for Cavalry Archers. On this map, it's been actually quite common as well. But then he can also try and go for infantry units. After all, militia line units, since they attack faster from the Japanese, and they are pretty good against trash units for the most part, then they are going to work against some of the units that Noisick will be able to go for. So we'll see. In any case, nice. Let's take a look at the map generation for Mr. Noisick. What do we get for the TL player? Well, we're gonna have the main goal forward. We have the stone up in the north. The secondary stone is going to be towards the southwest, and then the secondary goal is going to be on the left-hand side. All of these resources are very much exposed in a way or another. Could potentially get some walls up from here to here, perhaps from here to here. This would be probably the easiest wall. Actually, the easiest wall would be something like from here to here, here towards the TC, and then something like this, right? But this is going to secure one goal. He does have another one over here. My lord. There we go. Another one over here on the back. So you could secure this one, a wall line as well. And it's not too bad, but the stone situation wouldn't be the best. And there is another possibility, of course, going for something from here to here perhaps would be good. He would basically secure the pond, even if he doesn't secure any extra resources from this. But yeah, that'll be about it. Nice quick walls over here from Noisick. Man, at 1 HP, the teal player manages to save the villager here. Yeah. And Biry won't really be able. He was trying to target the villager through the space over there, the diagonal connection. Let's see if Noisick's going out. Now he's trying to get the walls up over here so that he can continue fishing. He's gonna be fine. Nice quick wall from Noisick indeed. Taking a look at Biry's map generation on the other hand, what do we get for the orange player? He's also very close to the edge of the map, so he could go for something like from here to here, perhaps here towards the DC and here to here, and that'd be much cheaper compared to the kind of walls that Noisick would have to go for in order to secure the corner. And this will give, of course, Biry full access to the pond over here, exclusive access to the pond rather, and then he would also secure a neutral gold, one of the secondary golds over here on the back, and then the other secondary gold is going to be extremely forward. The main goal is going to be extremely forward as well. This is certainly not ideal. The stone is kind of exposed over here as well. And then the secondary stone towards the south is also going to be kind of exposed. So if he eventually can manage to get the walls up over there, he should be in a good position. Now Biry is going up to the village, and he's sending the villagers to collect gold from the 4-1, the main gold. And you gotta wonder, does he know about any of the back ones? He knows about this one. He doesn't know about the one down the south. I like walling off the pawn. Yeah. He would most likely do it. I thought 1 HP villager will die from heart attack. She's fine, man. She's fine. Nothing but a flesh wound. You know, 1 HP is going to be just as good as 40. You can have 39 skirmisher spears stuck in your back. It's fine. Don't try to fit 40 though. 40 is not going to be good. 40 is going to kill you. 39 is just going to be okay. Maybe a little bit of an itch. Biry's villages are moving forward. He has 4 villages collecting gold, and he's still going to keep all the villages collecting gold over there. He's got 3 militias moving in, and 2 villagers, so we're gonna see a tower come up for the orange player. Nope! It's going to be a dock instead. Let me take a look at Noisick's scouting information. Check this out! Check this out! He realizes the village is here for Biry, and he sends a fishing ship immediately around the pond over here to get some extra scouting information, and he's going to realize about it, but we have the scout over here, we have a man-at-arms. It seems like Biry will get vision, for sure, of the dock, but he won't really be able to react to it probably, right? Because he's paying attention over there. He ends up, or rather Noisick's going to get vision on the dock, but he ends up losing a villager. There we go. So far, so good. We just been able to get the first blood over there. A villager, no less. And Noisick did manage to get a sneaky dock up himself as well, but Biry already had a galley out. He couldn't stop the dock from coming up. He's got a second galley on the way as well. And remember, this is a Japanese galley as well, so it's going to have extra line of sight, which explains why Biry went for it when usually the meta is to go for fire galleys instead. Good defense. Noisick still has a very low HP villager over here. He does end up protecting her with a fire galley, and he's got fishing ships on the way. What? He should know about the dock, does he? Knows about the dock, and he still tried to go for fishing ships and kind of ignore the galleys. Meanwhile, on the left hand side, well, Noisick is looking good because of the 25% faster attacking fires. Yeah, Biry doesn't manage to get enough galleys out to defend himself with. He loses the only one that he had left, so now these fishing ships are going to be completely exposed. Fortunately for Biry, of course, he does have twice the HP plus 2 pierce armor, but those will eventually go down as well. And we'll see a tower on the way. No, it's not a tower, it's an archer range. It's very different to a tower. But it's interesting to see, though, Biry's full aggression over here actually paying off big time. Allowed him already to get ahead by 3 workers, and that's not even going to be the biggest lead. If he can get a few extra archers out over here, these lumberjacks going to have their faith seal. Yeah, with 1 archer as well, Biry can actually go and take the villager. He's just decided not to go for it yet. Skirmisher goes down, the Minotaurs come in. It's not open. The quick walls are coming up for Noisick, but not on time. As it's still open on the left hand side, he forces Noisick to abandon the woodland over here or risk taking a few losses. And I would still have 3 Minotaurs over here. One of them is going to be very low HP, but if he plays his cards right, never mind. Only 1 Minotaurs left over there. Yeah. And then water. Seems like Biry is coming out on top. So on the left hand side, Noisick came out on top, as Biry's defense with the galleys was insufficient. On the right hand side, it is going to be Biry the one to come out on top, as Noisick did not really respect. Oh, the villager went down finally. All right. And yeah, the TL player over here did not really respect the 4 from Biry enough. Did not go for as many navy units as he could have, so now he ended up getting pushed away, and in the end it's going to be Biry, the one with the worker advantage, and it's going to extend over to 5 extra workers right now compared to before when it was only 3 extra workers. Once again, might not be the end of it. Biry still has archers coming out. Yeah, and a very, very big trouble over here, right? Big problems for Noisick. As you can take a look, he's only collecting from the berry bushes, which is not ideal, and it's causing him to get a lot of extra idle TC time. Compared to Biry, it's so much worse for Noisick. Biry has control over the 2 pawns closest to Noisick. Yeah. Absolutely, he's gone over to the south over here to start collecting food as well. Yes. Here we go. Yeah, only a villager putting pressure over here from Biry. Might end up taking the villager down over there. Noisick is going the wrong direction, so he won't be able to save her. And the situation has stabilized. Mind you, it's still favoring Biry very much so. From this point onwards, so long as both players try to prioritize economy, then Biry should be the one to click cap to the Castle H earlier. Both players could benefit from a castle, Noisick a little bit more so. Indeed, does have a little bit too much gold over here. And has certainly struggled to keep up with food. Not going to be the case for much longer though. And I don't see a market though on the way. Yeah, for the TL player. And it doesn't seem to me like the orange player's got a market either. He does. He does. He could rush the Castle H if he sold the stone. However, given his current economy right now, nice villager pick over here. Given his current economy right now, I think Biry is gonna be fine. Okay, wow, okay. He will rush it. This tells me Biry is going in for the kill. No fuss here. You're very unlikely to see extra TCs, I would guess. You're very unlikely to see much of anything other than just full aggression from the orange player. And this is actually, I love to see. It's not necessarily going to be the right way to go about the game. It's not necessarily going to be what gives him the win, but it's certainly going to be the most entertaining thing to go for. Meanwhile, Noisick is going to be on his way to the Castle H very soon as well. And given the much lower worker count, the fact that he used the market second, and the fact that he has been under so much pressure as well, going out to the Castle H over here, not that much later compared to Biry, is really good for Noisick actually. He's got a stable already at the center of the map, so we'll see some scouts come out, and he's got another stable on the way, so it's gonna be double stable night production plus crossbows. Was that stable there not a home? He was sending the villagers forward. I think he probably realized about the skirmishers and tried to put some... Try to get the stable up now before losing the villagers, perhaps. That's the only thing that I can think of, but... yeah, in the end, he will keep these villagers for though. Oh! And that is good in control from Biry. Not so much from Noisick though. Skirmisher and archer left for Biry over here to defend against the archers. He will end up taking the units down for the most part. Biry will be chasing the final archer away from Noisick. Yeah, and that's about it. No bloodlines, no food economy. Tisse was very optimistic. Yes, he will go for a few units that he can afford early on, but he won't be able to sustain production for double stables. He's gonna need to increase his food potential. And oh, actually, I think he was not banking on Noisick getting control back of the right-hand side pond. Otherwise, the food economy from Biry, I think, would have been a little bit higher. I think he probably had some units around here that he's losing. Siege Workshop on the way. Biry is going for it, guys. He's going in for the kill. Needs to try and maximize the amount of food he's getting from the pawns that he still has control of. Yeah, and we have some archers over here still. Bloodlines is on the way for Biry. He has really stretched his economy too thin. It's going to be very difficult for Biry to really get the spam going that I think he was going for. So long as he can keep the 1TC working though, and so long as Noisick still is on 1TC only, Biry at the very least is still going to retain the worker lead. But yeah, the military production over here is certainly not going to be quite as strong for Biry as I think he was hoping for. Noisick, on the other hand, should be able to defend himself. Playing defense is going to be usually cheaper, it's going to be usually a little bit easier. And yeah, there we go. Just 2 camels over here, right? Will be enough for him to take a Manuel down, probably. Yeah, Manuel goes down. He could have bailed with the camels over there. He's still sending a few extra, and they will take down the knights. They could potentially take down the villagers over here. Let's see. Yeah, he's going after the knights first. Well done. Noisick's eco is perfectly balanced. He's doing alright. He's got a second TC now on the way, and Biry's push over here is not really paying off just yet. It's got a little bit of pressure though down south with the crossbows. This is good. 2 villages have already crumbled over here. Doesn't have ballistics, but he doesn't need it. Noisick is not realizing about this. Oh man, what is the range of this tower? I think he actually can come in with the archers a little bit further. Yeah. He can come in a little bit further forward, and he wouldn't need ballistics, right, to get extra villagers, but he still managed to get 1 over here, make that 2, 3, 4 villagers around the wood line. TC is on the siege workshop, that's confidence. He's got his own siege workshop up right now. He's got a monastery coming in, so Noisick is going to be confined to playing defensive, and Biry managed to get a good amount of units. Finally, he's got a decent army over here. It's not going to be the greatest army you've ever seen, but with 7 crossbows, it's going to be enough already for him to get some good damage down. But he's got to be careful over there, and he is. He realizes about the siege workshop and respects it. There is a Magnal inside there, and even though the Magnal would eventually go down to the knight probably, it might still manage to get a good shot against the crossbow, so we'll see. Second TC on the way for Biry right now. Third TC on the way for Noisick. TL player has gotten the most idle TC time so far, and is still behind by about 9 workers at this point. Now Biry's finally getting to a position where he'll be able to start producing knights consistently. There we go. Mana comes out now for Biry as well. Good shot. To back up Biry's base, we have some skirmishers for the most part, the 1 archer as well. They won't be able to do much damage of anything over there. Yeah, and the mana is completely unprotected from Biry, so doesn't seem like he'll be able to do too much around Noisick's base anymore either. And the game has stabilized for the most part. Skirmishers are going down, the archers have gone down. There we are. Yeah, and the game has stabilized. So we're not gonna be doing predictions for any of T90 Titans League's series because of obvious reasons. So we're just going to do the sets we have available to us. After casting this one in 1 more today, we're gonna have 8 left. We're gonna do 2 every other day as well, and I think that's gonna be good. On the 30th, 31st, and January 1st, we're gonna be doing the round of 18 ones, the decider sets. There's also the Japanese fishing advantage. Yes. Now, Noisick finally was able to catch up. For worker count, he's got redemption. He's going for the siege workshop over here in Biry. Well, Biry would be wise to delete this one. But he's not going to do it in time, so now it gets converted. We're going to see the archer range get converted over there as well. And there's only one archer range over here left for the orange player, which seems to me like it's going to get converted too. Biry's push was not strong enough early on in the castle age. He wasn't able to do as much damage as I'm sure he would have liked to. And now he's on 3 TCs. Noisick is on 3 TCs. The worker count is dead even. The KD is favoring right now Noisick, which means that for Biry to retain a higher military count compared to the TL player, he needed to produce not only 14 extra military units to kind of offset for the extra losses over here. Actually, it's going to be more than that, because a lot of the losses over here from Biry, a lot more of the losses over here were military than villagers, right? So it was even a larger amount of units that Biry had to invest into, and then to stay ahead, he had to invest into even extra units. So all the extra resources Biry collected from having a much higher gather economy time, 3 hours is going to amount to about 3,000 extra resources. He ended up spending in order to stay ahead in military count. And he still will have enough though to click out to the Imperial Age very soon, while Noisick, he stabilized for a moment over there. It was just a calm before the storm. As here come the Magnals, taking the DC down, taking the monks down, even the knights over here. Clutching it up and avoiding conversions for the most part. Biry puts himself in a very nice position to potentially take game number 1 as he moves on with the Magnals. He'll take the monastery next. We'll see the second TC crumble very soon, as Biry's pressure is finally living up to the expectations. And that's a decent amount of knights. With the monks over here, the crossbows, the Magnals. It almost seems like Biry's army is kind of unstoppable over here, so long as he pays close attention to the units and controls this properly. Should be in a much better position. Check the worker efficiency in the last minute as well. For Noisick, so much lower. A little counter raid coming in from Noisick though. On the left hand side, he sends the 2 knights. There is so much catching up to do. 2 knights will never be able to do it so long as Biry pays some attention to his economy. Unless he goes completely AFK for 5 minutes, these 2 knights are unlikely to achieve too much. Yeah, he's bringing all the knights back as well, and Noisick is going to get enough space because of these 2 knights, and because of Biry having to send all the knights back to defend himself against these units. He's going to get the space that he needs to get a defensive castle up. So that is actually a very nice play from Noisick, but it's only going to get harder from this point onwards, as Biry is already on the way to the Imperial Age. In 2 minutes, we're going to see for the orange player access to Arbalesters, Cavalier, potentially Angers as well. Trebuchets is going for a castle forward as well, so if he gets the castle up before he gets to the Imperial Age, we're gonna see Trebuchets too, and I think he will. Yeah, he's already aware of the castle. Hey guys. Hi, hi. Have they even tried to get the relics? Well, Biry has collected 1. I don't think that's what they are paying the most attention to. But he has gotten 1 at the very least, and it doesn't seem like they are gonna try to get the rest of the relics. And I imagine the relic that he got was probably close to the monastery he went for forward, so that's probably it. Noisick's got only 10 on food, so GG, you called it. It's going to be GG, and Biry will be up 1-0 in the series, while Noisick on the other hand, not looking the strongest. I think you can set flags over here for the players, right? We can probably do that. Yeah. Biry, the Argentinian player, and Noisick from Chile. Let's see. That's good. Yeah, it's nice to have. Yeah, alright. Anyway, let's take a look at the achievements before jumping into game number 2. We're using record the game so we don't have to wait too long. We'll see the KD favoring Biry very close to 21 to 20 for economy. a stronger economy for Biry, and this goes to show how important keeping the fish and chips alive was for him as well. You take a look at the food count, it was so much better compared to Noisick, although to be fair, the TL player also had a very small amount of food workers, but Biry's fish and chips are going to come in clutch as well. In addition to the higher villager count overall, the orange player managed to get a much better game over here, and it didn't necessarily need to go. Argentina caster puts a flag after Argentina beats Chile. I thought about that too. I don't know why I thought about the flags. And then when I was in the middle of putting the flags up, I was like, this is going to look kind of sus. Yeah, true. Maybe I should just take them off. I can't say that that was not my intention, but who's going to believe me? Never mind. We can't. You see, we can't have nice things. There's always going to be something wrong with it. Let's go back. So we are in game number 2. And flags are not up for some reason. Let me fix this once again. I'm pretty sure I had done it before loading the next game. Well, should be good now. Yes. And we are in game number 2. I am putting the flags up by request of a Chilean viewer. And I remember why it is that I wanted to put the flags up. I said this in between the games, but if you're watching this on YouTube, you have not heard it, right? And the reason why I decided to put the flags up is because I remember that for the thumbnails for my YouTube videos, I had the flags for each player. So I just thought it would be nice to have the flags over here on the scoreboard as well. It just happened to be the case that we had Noisick versus Biry over here, and they happen to have these nationalities. But I really don't care about Argentina versus Chile or anything like that. Maybe the Chilean viewer knows that it's going to be a reverse sweep. Maybe. We'll see. What? Noisick changed his name for game number 2, I think. Yeah, I think that's the case. Well, regardless. Going for the civilizations over here, this is going to be Arabia, right? And going for the civilizations, we'll see. Noisick playing up in the north with the Chinese. 3 extra villages upon starting the game. At the cost of 200 food and 50 wood. We're going to have on top of that for Mr. Noisick 5 extra line of sight on TCs, 5 extra population support per TCs, and 10, 15, and 20% cheaper upgrades in the feudal castle and imperial ages. As well as for the team bonus, it's going to have 10% extra food on farms for free. While Biry, on the other hand, well, he's going to be playing with Celts. Celts! Where's Rosa? He's missing out on the only thing he ever hopes to see in this game. His favorite civilization. For the orange player, that means he'll get 25% faster attacking siege weapons, as well as 15% faster working lumberjacks. 15% faster moving infantry units are going to be effective starting in the feudal age, and then in addition to that, the kills also get priority for herdable conversion. So if he sends the scout forward, he could take the turkeys away, so long as he's able to keep them close to the scout. For the team bonus, finally, the siege workshops will work 25% faster for Biry civilization. That's gonna be about it. So let's go and take a look at the map generation for both these guys, starting with Noisick. So for the TL player, we have the main gold up in the north. We're gonna have the secondary gold towards the right hand side, very far away. The other secondary goal is going to be on the left hand side towards the north, kind of far away as well, but this one on the back is absolutely fantastic. For stone, we have one on the left hand side, the main one, and the secondary one is going to be 4. So many of these resources are very, very much exposed, but if he's able to get some walls, like from here to here, and something like this, he would already be able to secure the gold over here, and some of the wool lines not going to be entirely safe. So it seems like he's going to instead try to go for something like this, maybe. Perhaps. Oh, that's gonna be pricey. Yeah, I don't know about that, and I don't think he's going to secure so many extra resources besides the berry bushes. Meanwhile, for the orange player, Biry is gonna get the main goal on the back, which is fantastic as well. We have on the left hand side the secondary golds. And then the main turns on the right-hand side, secondary turns on the left-hand side. It's once again going to be kind of similar to Noisick's situation, where he's going to have to spend a lot of resources if he wants to effectively wall himself completely, right? From here to the edge of the map, here towards the TC, and then he's going to have the choice to go for something like this. That's going to be very hard to protect, so instead we're probably going to see something like this, I would imagine. He will be able to secure the gold and then some wood over here. At the very least, he would have 2 wood lines compared to only the one that Noisick's going to have access to. Yeah, still not ideal either. The flags should take half the screen. Half the screen, each flag. Yeah, sure, why not? This map is one of the worst that I have seen. It's really bad. It's really bad. At the very least, he's got the goal on the back. If this one was forward, imagine if he had the main gold. The TL player had the main goal over here on top of the hill. Forward, and then he had the rest of this like this. That'd be so bad. Scout wars coming up, brewing down the south as Noisick is lower HP. He was trying to leverage on the hill over there, won't be able to do too much of it. I feel it's gonna be here very soon for both players. The worker count will be higher for Biry as he is... Actually, wait a moment. No, wait. Hold on. Biry lost a villager. Here? Where's the villager? The villager's dead over there, I think. Or are these deer? Let me go back. No, those are deer. Where did he lose the villager, actually? You're... Yeah, this is actually very early into the game. I think you forgot about it. Oh, the villager goes down to the board. Oh, man, that is awful. That is absolutely awful. And then what is about the rest of the villager lead? It's just going to be the Chinese. It's just going to be the Chinese. So Biry ended up losing a villager over there. The Chinese do already begin with 3 extra villagers. And usually they're able to only stay ahead by about 2 workers, because they do have a little bit of idle TC time at the beginning, but because the villager going down from Biry, the lead is a little bit stronger for Noisick, and that puts him in a very good spot. It's at the wrong gather point. Yeah, it's unfortunate for sure. Let's see, the Minotaurs are coming in. He's gonna try. These move 15% faster already for Biry. Chasing the archers away. Yeah, and so far, Noisick's been able to defend himself just fine. Biry spent a lot of resources going for these Minotaurs. Spend the resources into the militia, spend the resources going for the upgrade. At the very least, a faster movement speed will allow the Minotaurs to take one of the archers down. Almost takes the second one down, but this is going to be there to protect TL's units, and Biry will back home. He's falling behind even further. Check that idle TC time for Biry. This is so rough for the Argentinian. Noisick has managed to pull a 4 villager lead already because of this. This kind of makes me wonder then. Is this going to be an equalizer in game number 2? Perhaps. There we go. Biry gets pushed away. Noisick's going to stabilize back home. It's going to be fine. And he can continue going for the walls. Notice he was going for the wall connecting both these wood lines, and he's been trying to go for the walls around the TC towards the south. So if he does end up connecting this to the edge of the map, that's going to give him a lot of extra space. Probably all-in play from Biry incoming. I don't know if he'll be able to do it in the fuel age though. Noisick should be able to defend himself just fine. He's got a defensive tower on the way over here. I'm not really sure why he decided to just place a foundation and never build it. Yeah, you know, the watchtower is actually 9 HP. The archers could take the foundation down. There we go. Noisick's going for the tower now, finally. The skirmishers are here, the wheel zone, the archers south, the minotaurs will zone the skirmishers, so we'll see who comes out on top. Biry's got a lot of damage to make up for over here. 6 villages behind, still a lot of extra idle TC time for Biry. Not too many military units to work with over here, so he needs to make the most with what he's got. And the tower seems like it's coming out for Noisick, so he's gonna be just fine in the end. Market on the way for Biry. You know, in this position, he definitely needs to market. He's got a lot of gold over there, but I would say just sell the stone, man. Sell the stone and try to go up. Try to go up and go for a 1 TC full push. Because trying to play over here for economy or for the later stages of the game is just not going to be good enough. Biry manages to get the market up himself. Noisick, sorry. Market up himself. He makes use of it a little bit earlier compared to Biry. Is this Arabia? This is Arabia, yes. Hey, Tony. The castle age is on the way. He had to sell the stone. I think it's worth it, though. Noisick is going to be on his way to the castle age very soon as well. Had to make use of the market quite heavily too, so both these players relying on it quite a lot. And Biry, he's going to have a 50-second head start to the castle age. Well, Noisick's actually taking a little bit longer to click out than I expected. It's going to be in the end 43 seconds, not 50. Seconds head start to the castle age. And what is Biry's plan over here? With Celts, you can make a play for anything you want, but nothing that is really going to scale too well other than infantry. So he's going for a stable, and that means that we're going to see knights. Celts technically do get access to paladin, but they do not get bloodlines. They do not get plate, bar, and armor, so it's not going to be the best unit to go for. Especially knights in the castle age are going to be significantly weaker compared to what the Chinese will have available. And it's not just the knights that the Chinese are going to have that are going to be stronger compared to various units, but also the possibility of camels will kind of deny any knight pushes over here, I would guess, from Biry. So the only thing that I can think of is maybe... Oh man, go for... I think he's probably banking on the hit start to the castle age, right? To try to overwhelm Noisick with knights. But he's got even a single stable, so it's not even that good. Sending the villagers forward. He's gonna go for a siege workshop. Yeah, I think Hoanging this one out is probably gonna be the best shot. If he tried to go for knights over there, he would have needed a second stable. And the head start to the castle age is not even big enough for Biry to get enough units to overwhelm Noisick. So trying to Hoang this one out is going to be the way to go, I think. Let's get skirmishers to defend the villagers against the archers. And Noisick gets to the castle age now. He's got Bakinaro on the way. Almost likely end up losing the archers over here, but he does end up taking a villager down though. It might be 2 villagers going down. This could be really good though. Noisick's not really paying that much attention. So he does not manage to get the villagers down, and in the end, Biry will still have the villas to work with and to go for the siege workshop. If he had taken one more down, that would have left Biry on a single villager to get the siege workshop up. That would have delayed this so much, and that would have given, of course, Noisick a lot of extra time to react as well. Yeah. He's going for the Hoang. Speaking of which, the Hoang set already is up on YouTube. As well, it's a good one. One villager goes down, Biry. Well, managed to get some damage with the knights in the end. Maybe able to get another village down over here. I think so. Yes, he gets another one! And he's gonna get another one as well! The worker lead for Noisick is going down to 5 extra workers only, which is not that high considering he's got Chinese and considering that Biry has right now almost 2.5 minutes of idle TC time. We have a defensive siege workshop coming out right now for Noisick. From this point onwards, the only way Biry is able to take this game is by fantastic unit control, because we're going to see very soon Magnus coming out for Noisick to defend himself with as well. And in full pressure, for sure. More Mangonels on the way. Get power or something. That's what Rosa would say. Okay, that's a good attack round, but does not connect. Oh, that's good though. The Magna almost goes down. In the end, he does end up taking a few villages down. And that is so close from taking the Magna down though. But Noisick's able to keep it up. And Biry's pressure over here is still looking good. And you know what? Only 2 extra workers for Noisick. And they've getting up until this point, about 54 minutes of extra gather economy time. But if he keeps on losing units over here, that's going to be so rough as the scout over there goes down before taking the monk. We still have the mountains over here. We still have the units from Biry, but the conversions are coming out for Noisick to try and mitigate that. As we see the monks going down from the orange player, and the unit control is not quite as good as it was up until this point for Biry anymore. Yeah, and he's just trying to keep the Mangon alive for dear life, but it seems like it's going down to the villagers. To be fair though, these villages will be exposed right now and could very well go down to the knight from Biry. So we'll see. A conversion's coming up over here. And that is a... Oh, that is a... My lord, he actually attacked his own monk over there. Otherwise, he might have gotten the conversion against the knight. Noisick kind of potatoing the game a little bit over there. Ends up taking his own monk, his own units with a mangonel. Yeah, and because of that, Biry is going to survive. An extra siege coming out from the orange player though, and Noisick, he's getting a defensive castle up. Yeah, the orange player is going to try to stay forward, keep on putting pressure. Doesn't that getting one villager converted over to Noisick's side, but he gets the villager right back. We're gonna see another siege workshop coming up in the north. This goes on to continue with the full pressure tactic that Biry has been going for so far. Although he will add a second TC over here, might be able to catch up in work account because of it very soon, and might be able to catch up in gather economy time, as it's not looking quite as strong anymore. Only 40 extra minutes of gather economy time for Noisick, and it seems like Biry might actually be in a position to catch up. But let's take a look. I see the villagers over there trying to get the monk down. In the end, one conversion connects, and then the knight is going to get converted as well if Biry does not pay attention. Now we're going to see the orange player try and convert the villager back. This monk doesn't really have too much HP left, and the skirmisher might actually be able to get the monk down over there. And check this out, he's going after the villager over there. Does not get the conversion. Actually, after the skirmisher does not get the conversion, but he still has a few extra monks to work with, and at the very least he managed to get the siege workshop up in the first place. And he's got a Magnon already out and 2 scorpions coming out. That's gonna help. Hey, 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 Turnip. That's a nice icon. A nice emote, the lurking one. So far, so good for B. He's been able to stay relevant in this game, right? Against all odds. Nice defense for Noisick as well. Taking one monk down. Taking one of the scorpions down as well. The Chukanus over here will be significantly stronger compared to standard archer units against siege weapons because of the extra projectiles. And while we have a second TC already for Noisick, we'll see that there is a third TC for Biry coming up in the back over there, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And from this point onwards, Biry is going to be an equal footing against Noisick. There we go. And the zero melee attack. Yeah. Yeah, very good position for Biry over here still. He's been the one putting most of the pressure. Noisick's got enough resources to go for a second castle. Now, where would he want to go for it? He could go for a forward castle. But given the amount of pressure he's under right now and the fact that the right-hand side castle is not providing protection against the left-hand side siege, right? You would expect him to try and make a play for a left-hand side castle. Maybe in between the TCs over here, perhaps for the TL player, a castle around here could be good, I think. No, he's going for a 4-1. He's going for a 4-1 on the hill. But Biry is there. He's got the knights. He's got the villagers. Got a defense siege workshop coming up as well. And he ends up pushing Noisick away. And check this out. So many villagers that are going down over here. As a trail of death is going to see vill after villager crumble to the knights. Biry finally manages to pull a lead for himself. And yes, sir. It's looking fantastic. And there you are. Castle's coming out now for Biry. He's going for the 4th TC behind this one as well. So it's looking really good for the Argentinian player over here when it seemed earlier into the game like he was almost dead. Another TC comes up now for Noisick. That's going to be the 3rd TC for him. Meanwhile, Biry. Yeah, Biry's got the 4th TC on the way. It's going to be fine. From this point onwards, his economy is going to be stronger as well. Biry's gather economy time has actually surpassed Noisick's for the first time right now as well. And, well, Imperial Age kills, as you said earlier, are going to be rough. Yes. Especially when Noisick's got access to freaking Chukanus. But if he manages to go up there first, it's going to be the only player with access to trebuchets. Could potentially make a play for Anges as well. Could make a play for Cavalier if he's going to stick to cavalry production. And that should give him the advantage that he needs to seal the deal. However, Noisick, of course, if he does manage to go up himself as well and is able to get the upgrades he needs, he's going to have a much more versatile tech tree. After all, take a look at this. And you, of all people, our base, are going to know that the kills do not really get the best upgrades for the blacksmith over here. Only 2 fully upgraded lineup upgrades for the kills. While Noisick, well, Noisick's going to have the full blacksmith. He's going to have fully upgraded cavalier, heavy camels, light cavalry, not hussar, light cavalry. Still better compared to what the kills get access to. And Then in addition to that, of course, we also have archery, we have infantry as well. You have everything for the Chinese. Epic Games have messed up. I just got their 3 free games and it registered as a purchase, and now I have a discount voucher for spending so much money. Right. Have you been redeeming the games? I thought that you didn't care for it, but didn't you say that last year? That you didn't want to support Epic Games or something? That might have been somebody else. Perhaps I'm misrecalling. But yeah, I've been redeeming them. They're free. To be fair though, I'll be completely honest. All the games that I have redeemed from Epic Games through the years, I think I might have like 70 or so. They've just been collecting dust in the virtual shelf. I have not played anything. Not one of the games. I think I tried one on stream a very long time ago, and that didn't really go too well, so I was like, yeah, whatever. The only civilization to miss Bloodline's thumb ring, Foursquire and Squires, okay. Yeah, the kills in the Imperial Age, they're not going to be the strongest. He will be there though, significantly earlier compared to Noisick, and one poor civilization in the Imperial Age in terms of upgrades and available units is still going to be stronger than a civilization with a strong castle age for the most part, most often than not, right? And Biry's gonna be there in 20 seconds. He's got the castle already up, 2 castles as a matter of fact, so he should be able to go for 2 cherishes at a time. The launcher is terrible? Yeah, it is awful. Yep, Imperial Age is here for Biry, and Noisick won't go as long as to wait a single minute over here. He calls the GG 4 seconds after Biry gets to the Imperial Age. That's going to give the Argentinian the 2-0 lead over here, right? So this puts Biry in a fantastic position from this point onwards, of course. If he gets one more game out of the 3 remaining games, Biry should be taking the set over here. And he should be moving on to the deciders. Meanwhile, Noisick can only get a reverse sweep. Chinese also don't have a good answer to help the Ranger, funnily enough. So the Chaos Imperial versus Chinese is actually pretty good. Halberdier and Onager can be strong, yeah. I have seen with good unit control that the Chukanus take the Onagers without too many issues, but once you get past too many Onagers, you get past like 3-4 Onagers, it's extremely difficult to make it work. As a Chinese against the Celts, right? Because they attack faster as well, so much harder to micro around them. I think why Noisick would pick this map. I picked 45 clearing against Biry. We'll see. We'll see what we get for game number 3. For the achievements though, we're gonna have a better KD for Biry, approaching 11 to 10 for economy. We have a stronger economy for Biry as well. In the end, he does end up clutching it up and collecting about 3,017 extra resources. For society, a stronger villager max count for Biry as well. He ended up losing 10 villagers throughout the game. Meanwhile, Noisick ended up losing 23. So that's going to be about it for game number 2. Let's go back and we'll jump into game number 3 in a moment. But I do have to go to the bathroom, so you're going to have to give me a moment. There we are. Welcome everyone. Question for the YouTube viewers, guys. I want you to let me know, what do you think about 1, the flags, and 2, the colors? And now it's kind of confusing because Biry is playing orange and Noisick is playing teals. Whenever I try to take a look at the player names, Noisick's got teal over here and Biry's got light blue in the flag, right? So I always keep on trying to call Biry as if he was a teal player. But yeah, I want to know what you think about this. Orange and teal seem to me like it should be fine. We do have a desert type map over here. So I'm not really, I think we're probably just going to keep Biry in orange to see if it's going to cause any issues for anybody watching the stream right now or watching the YouTube video. If you have any issues with orange on desert terrain, do let me know. There is a reason why I always try to keep the colors as blue and red, because that's usually what's going to be the most distinguishable against most type of terrains. But yeah, let me know what you think about the flags. Let me know what you think about the colors, and we'll see if we keep switching the colors over to blue and red, and if we keep switching the flags on as well. Change to purple and green. Purple and green. Orange is great. You would know. Biry is an enemy of the arena. Noisick isn't. He's an official friend, so you should have picked arena. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at what we get over here. It's gonna be Serengeti, and Noisick is playing with Vietnamese. Oh, also, for anybody watching on YouTube, we do talk about what the map is going to be in between the games on Twitch, but that part gets cut off for... gets cut out for the YouTube upload, so you don't get to hear it. I'm going to try and remember that and mention what the name of the map is at the beginning of each game, because the new layout that I'm using with the chat over here on the left hand side as well is not going to display the map name underneath the minimap. Regardless though, for this one we have Serengeti. We're gonna see up in the north Noisick playing with Vietnamese, and Biry is playing with Lithuanians towards the southwest. This is going to give Noisick with the Vietnamese 20% extra HP on archer type units. He's gonna get also a what is it for the Vietnamese? They don't have to pay any wood for eco upgrades, right? Besides that, we'll see for Vietnamese also. Man, I'm actually having a tough time recalling the bonuses for the civilization. They get free conscription, right? Wow! Oh god! And I'm just making a fool of myself over here in real time after a big ass raid from Jordan! Thank you so much for the raid! My man, I hope you had a great stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream from Jordan. We are casting right now Biry versus Noisick. So far, the Argentina is up 2-0 against Noisick. He needs one more win in order to get the series over here, move on to the round of 18 for the decider sets. While Noisick, of course, is gonna need nothing but a reverse sweep, a full reverse sweep, to make it into the deciders. And John's back! Let's go! I was just about to take a look at the civilizations and the map generation for both these players, so you're here just in time. I was talking about the Vietnamese, about free conscription, about the no wood cost and eco upgrades, 20% extra HP on archer type units. And then for the team bonus, they will also get access to Imperial skirmishers. Meanwhile, Biry with Lithuanians gets 10% fast movement skirmish spearline units, as well as 150 extra food upon starting the game, and 1 extra attack, a Knight and Light Eye per each relic garrison, up to 4 relics. For the team bonus, the monasteries also work 20% faster, so it's going to allow him to go and try and collect the relics a little bit smoother. And take a look at this. Noisick is sending a militia over the left-hand side and a militia over the right-hand side. He's got our division of where the resources are from Biry. Well, he's finding out now with the militias, but it's unlikely he'll be able to do too much damage over here. So before we get much further into the game, let's take a look at the map generation for Biry, actually. For the orange player, we're going to see the main gold is on the right-hand side. This is the one that he's collecting from. And then the secondary gold is going to be towards the northwest. Main stone is towards the south. The secondary stone is going to be towards the northeast as well. And he's already been going for kind of a wall layout like this. Could potentially get this up, right? Like this. But it's going to be pretty difficult because how patchy the woodlands are over here. Village is here already for Biry. Noisick is going after the village. Biry's got his own militias coming out. So the orange player should be able to hold on over here just fine, and I think he will. Let's take a look at the map generation from the teal player, given the fact that he is getting pushed away from Biry and it's unlikely to achieve much of anything towards the south of the map. We'll see that the teal player instead, he's already going for the walls, and he's got the main goal towards the south. Secondary goal is going to be towards the northwest. He's got the main stone on the back though, and then the secondary stone is kind of side-ish over here to the left-hand side. So by the wall layouts that he's been going for, it seems to me like he's going to try to close himself up like this. Now on the left-hand side, there are a few options. He can go for this, or he can go for this. This is going to be pricier, but it's going to be easier to defend because this portion of the wall and this portion of the wall is going to be closer to villagers. If he went for something like this instead, it would be harder for him to defend against a potential push from the orange player who would be able to breach through the walls without too many issues over here. But of course, he can also just go for a few houses, for instance, and that should mitigate the distance issue for the wall. Here come the militias from Biry though, as both players get to the PLH already. You see Noisick going for the local walls around the wall line over here. Does not have anywhere near enough time to get the full walls up. There we are. I was watching your stream, Third versus Stray Dog, in the morning. It was midtime. Stray Dog versus Derp. Yes, we cast the first game, and then we had to make a switch over to TTL versus Levi. We cast that one live, and then the next day, yesterday, I finished casting Stray Dog versus Derp. So if you couldn't finish watching the series, you're going to find it as a highlighted bot in the bots section of my Twitch page, and you can get access to it by either twitch.tv/novaioe/videos or do an exclamation mark VODs, VODS in the chat, and that's going to give you a link to it as well. So far the game has been pretty uneventful. 2 kills from Biry are going to be against military units. Meanwhile, Noisick on the other hand, Noisick's been just defending himself for the most part. He's been unable to put too much pressure. And here come the militias. They will get taken down though. The archer survives in the end for the TL player. There we go. Archers coming in now from Biry as well. Natural transition after militias. See one going down though. Yes, sir. There's already going to be first Eco Blood favoring Biry. Well, interestingly enough, it's actually not ahead in work count because of the higher idle TC time he's gotten so far. So Noisick is still very much so into this game. Still going to be on even footing over here against the Argentinian. Despite the fact that he was the only player to lose a villager. Now, Biry's going to keep on roaming around. He's going around the right-hand side. He's going to try to find some exposed villagers. And doesn't seem like he's going to be able to up in the north. Noisick already has a few defensive skirmishers. Meanwhile, down the south, we have offensive skirmishers coming in from Biry. And he will try to take the archers down. He's got to be careful. 2 skirmishers are over there from the TL player as well. And I guess Biry's probably going to be better off just trying to disrupt Noisick's economy a little bit as opposed to trying to get any actual damage over here. After all, the skirmishers will not be the unit you want to use for putting pressure up. On the left-hand side, there are archers coming over from Noisick, and he might be able to get a village down over there. Not quite. Does end up chunking a lot of HP off one of them. Keeps on roaming around as well. The gold miners are here, but the skirmishers from Biry are there as well. And you know what? So far, the game has been pretty stable between both these players. My hope is that Gabby makes it into the Golden League. A dream. Well, I mean, she's been performing pretty well. Who knows? I don't know if Gabby moves on to the round of 18, who she's going to be facing. I think somebody said actually in one of the past streams. I just don't recall anymore. I think it's going to be the winner between TTL and Levi, was it? If this goes to YouTube and someone reads the chat, they will be really confused. Yep, let's actually take care of that. They are probably going to be more confused whenever I talk to you guys and the chat is not displaying on stream. It has happened so many times in the past, especially with the Grand Melee qualifiers, which would require me to display the sponsor logos, right? Instead of the chat. Yeah. Castle H is gonna be here for Biry very soon. Noisick doesn't have anywhere near enough resource to click out to the Castle H. He's gotten ahead by 5 workers. This is just a natural order of things, of course. Going up to the Castle H does take about 6 villagers worth of TC working time. So Noisick should be ahead by about 6 workers, and he is. Because of the extra little TC time from Biry. And 1 villager going down for the orange player right here. We'll see Noisick's villager lead actually extend to 8 extra workers as Biry gets to the Castle Age. There's a lot of damage over here that Biry is gonna have to do in order to offset for Noisick's stronger economy currently, especially if Noisick manages to click out to the Castle Age anytime soon. He does have the technology, of course, advantage. He's gonna go for a siege workshop forward, and he could potentially go for crossbows, and he's going for the crossbow upgrade. He doesn't really have too many years forward, but and the unit he goes for from this point onward is going to be much stronger compared to what it would have been like in the field age, right? But that is 2 additional villages going down, and the unit control from Noisick is absolutely fantastic. The absolute massacre over here. With 4 villages going down right there. From the orange player to the archers from TL. Is looking really, really good for Noisick right now. He's on his way to the Castle Age, and if he's able to defend himself until he gets to the next stage, then he should be in a pretty good position. Biry's an amazing player. Let's go, Novita, world champion. Let's go! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And here come the crosses though from Biry. He's got a shot at getting a lot of damage done over here. He's got the knights coming up, and the quick walls are coming in though from Noisick. The last second, he's gonna manage to protect the villages for the most part, and this is actually well walled off. There is no gap over here between the houses, so crosses cannot do too much. The knights cannot do too much unless they went around the market over here and then try to camp underneath the tower. Then that way, the crosses will be able to do a little bit more damage. But I'll tell you one thing, Biry might not have gotten a lot of villagers over here. Still, he manages to get... he manages to disrupt, rather, Noisick's economy quite a lot. Take a look at the worker efficiency in the last minute for the TL player. It's going down to less than 35%. While Biry's worker efficiency in the last minute is going to stay very close to 70%. He's got the siege weapons coming out. Already 2 rams. 3 rams, actually. 2 scorpions over here. Noisick still waiting for the Castle Age. And he's going to call the GG, though! He's going to call it GG! My lord! Biry, with the first clean sweep that we have seen in the round of 16, moves on to the round of 18 to face 1 extra opponent before moving on to the Gold League, potentially. Of course, the round of 18 is going to be the Decider series already. And well played. Well played. The Argentinian, 3-0. We'll move on. Let's take a look at the achievements one more time before jumping into the second series. Remember, guys, because we have 10 series left, well, 9, now that this one is done, right? Because we have 9 series left to cover from T90 Titans League from the round of 36. We're going to be doing 2 today, so 1 more after this one. And then every other day we're going to be doing 2 as well. That's going to give us enough time to provide coverage for everything until we get to the round of 18 to be cast on the 30th, 31st, and January 1st, alright? So yes, military looking much better for Biry. How much so? Better than 9 to 5k ratio, very close to 2 to 1. For economy, we see a stronger economy for Noisick. Go figure, actually collecting about 500 extra resources, but because of the pressure and the KD from Biry over here, it did not really matter for Noisick. Thanks so much for the follows, guys. Everybody coming over from Jordan's stream. I hope you guys are having a good time, and remember, there's 1 more series after this one, so don't go anywhere if you don't want to miss out. For society, a higher villager max count for Noisick over here does not really matter at the end of the game. After all, he ended up taking a bunch of losses, 5 villagers going down for both these players. But Biry's position was so much better by the time Noisick called the GG that most likely than not, we were going to see the orange player get a little bit of the orange player was going to get a little bit of a landslide over here, right? He was going to snowball his villager count, I'm pretty sure.
Well done.